Painting with hands and fingers directly onto a canvas is a fairly modern phenomenon. Actually, it's an ancient form of communication. Man has always expressed himself with his hands. For centuries, artists used brushes. It was only in the 20th century, with the beginning of liberation from formality, when free expression of self was encouraged, that artists began once again to rub their hands in paint. For Yoram Raanan, art made by hand is primal, moving, and immediate. One of the things that amazes him most in creating art is the movement of his hands in the paint. They seem to become like magic wands, conjuring up scenes. He's often surprised by the images that emerge. One such surprise is this painting, a dramatic image of a blue carriage led by blue horses flying into a fiery sunset created with the free movement of his hands. The wheels of the carriage were formed with the circular motion of his fingers. This painting, The Carriage of the Baal Shem Tov, was named after the founder of the Hasidic movement. There are many stories describing how he traveled in a carriage ascribed with supernatural qualities, which reached to faraway places in just moments. In all these stories, his driver, Alexei, drops the reins, turns his back to the horses, and lets them travel where they may, like a magic chariot. Many artists long to be on a magic chariot, drop the reins of control, and fly on wings of inspiration. Sometimes the artist is in charge and knows where to go. Other times, the spirit of the chariot has control and takes the artist where it wants to go, to find something one has never seen before. For this to happen, the artist must transcend his rational mind and ego to allow something greater to flow through. This initial letting go, Raanan calls bitul, a Hebrew word that means nullification of self. Paul Klee once said, "The self is the servant who bears the paint." In this place of surrender, sometimes even angels appear. These kruvim, as they're called in the Bible, surfaced in a field of blue paint. Using his hands simultaneously and symmetrically, he painted their faces with his thumbs and their wings with his palms. He's always amazed to see that one is male and the other female. Kruvim represent duality and unity at the same time, on being focused on the place of greatest light. Most of the time, in order to reveal what is hidden, requires struggle, like in these brown kruvim, which only came to be after a lot of searching and scraping through many layers of paint. All the carving movement created a sense of motion in the wings and introduced a new kind of light. The word kruv and the Hebrew word for chariot, rechev, are transmutations of the same Hebrew letters, and both are vehicles for transformation.